Happy New Year. You dig what I'm saying? It's your boy JL, he who ascends. And we live, baby. We back with another reaction video, man. Hey, you know, my girl, Pearly Things. It's just Pearly Things. You know, but she's you know, a dope YouTuber, and you know, she's like, I guess, on that red pill, you know, spectrum of things, but from a female perspective, having conversations with a lot of women on, you know, some of the delusions and misconceptions when it comes to dating, man. You know, but you know what it is. We gonna get straight into it, man. STIG gang, you dig what I'm saying? Straight into it. Let's get it popping.
Okay. So that's.
I want to feel small.
No, that's. I'm not. That's okay. I'm tall too. I want a tall man too.
Yeah, we all. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Do you want to be attracted to him?
I would hope so.
Okay.
Yes.
So let's take 10% of men make more than you.
Yes.
Now half of them are below 5'8". So that's 5% of men.
Okay.
Now you're at 5%. Now you want to be attracted to him. Let's say half of them are ugly. That's 2% of guys. And you have to compete, and you might have to share. Because think about it, if you find him attractive and he has all the things you want, that means other women want him. That means every girl in this room probably wants him.
That doesn't mean you have to share.
It means you might.
It means you but this. That went over people's heads right there, man. It's not that if you get a high value man that he will cheat. It's that the probability is very high. You know, you know, it's high probability that dude is going to be for everybody. You dig what I'm saying? Having like, yeah. So just being at the top, and then having a dude who has all of these great qualities that you want, and then he's faithful in a society where the bulk of women also too want that dude, like, yeah, highly improbable. You feel what I'm saying? Like, you really got yourself a unicorn, you dig? And if you do, you better hold on to that man.
But this is like his options. That still doesn't mean that you have to.
Okay. So do I. And I'll give you an example. So my dad is a top 1% earner, 0.5%. I grew up in these families, or in that family. My dad didn't cheat, but my mom got him when he was broke. So if you want to get him on that level, he's probably going to cheat. You didn't help build it. Like, you didn't help him get there.
Why do you want to think like this? Like, why?
It's not that I want to think.
Why don't you say something like that?
It's just because, okay.
But like, people, like, whether or not someone's going to cheat on their partner has nothing to do with the amount of money that they get. It's everything to do with their character.
But okay, if someone, I just think men are men, and it's easy to say, like, let's take Tiger Woods. It's easy to say, like, why did Tiger Woods cheat? But most men don't have a bus full of models waiting for them. And I think most men, even good, great men with character, if they are in a position where women are standing at the finish line begging to have sex with them, they might do it. And that's where a lot of the top 2% of men might be. This is what I always say. If you date an NBA player, basketball player, I don't.
Yeah, there's a YouTube channel called Rational Clips, or Rational Male Clips, Men Clip, I don't know. But they do a lot of videos where they break down the actual stats, like percentage wise. You know, it's great to see and hear like studies that show stats. You feel what I'm saying? There's 80-20 rule. So you got 80% of women who are fucking with 20% of men. You feel what I'm saying? When you think about the percentage of men that are reproducing in the world, it's not 100% of males, because natural selection, 100% of males don't ever evolve, or they don't ever become to the degree that they're fit to reproduce, or that people want, their female counterpart wants to even copulate with them. So that's a major key to understand. But then the percentage of women that are reproducing is well over 50%, 80 plus, you know, but and she's going to get in that as she's talking, but you know, that's a real key point. So it's like, if you got 80% of women who are reproducing, that means they want to reproduce. They want a family, they want kids, things of that nature. So that's pretty common across the board. Now, it's like, what's the percentage of men that they're actually reproducing with? Like, and it's damn sure not 50%. It's like 10%, top 1% of dudes who are at the top of the Everest.
I don't really feel bad you get cheated on. Like, I don't.
I mean, again, cheating, but like, I will always go back to this when it comes to cheating, regardless. Like, there's a 5'6" man that'll cheat on someone who's unattractive. There's a 6'4" like beautiful man. Like, it has nothing to do with like how many women that are. I mean, in my opinion, when someone's unfaithful in their relationship, it has everything to do with their character and has everything to do with their choices. It has nothing to do with. There's some men that like. So I can't.
But some men are more likely to do it. So if a man, so then this is my point. So now you want a top 2% guy that also won't cheat on you. This is a unicorn. I mean, like, this isn't. And so even you're a nice woman, right? You're pleasant, right? And I don't think you're asking these men to spend crazy amounts of money on you, but you're still a normal girl that's asking for a top 1% man. And this is kind of like encompassing the problem.
Okay, and again, I understand when you break it down in that way. Yes, like I can understand like your line of logic, but again, I'm gonna push back and say like all the same thing is inverse. Like for my partner, wherever he is in this world, like all those things, like I'm going to fit all those like boxes like that are against him as well. Like there's someone like. And again, like maybe I am being delusional, like, and that's fine because like I'm happy to be delusional.
Most women are.
Yeah, I'm happy to be delusional, but like there's no doubt in my mind that I'm going to be married, and there's no doubt in my mind that my partner won't. You know, like I believe and I pray that like I'll have a healthy marriage.
So here's the problem. Like, what do men want? So if they looked at OkCupid, like when do men swipe right the most?
I don't know what that is.
18, like OkCupid, it's a dating app. It's a dating app. Men swipe right the most on women that are 18. I know that ain't fun. and it slowly goes. So men like youth, they like purity, and it's like
it gives control. It gives that they want someone they can.
Look at the dudes in the back, like, bruh, god dang, anything a dude want is just like, nah, there's something fucking wrong with that. There's something wrong with what you want. There's something wrong with what you like.
No, it doesn't mean that.
But see, okay, wait. But see, this is an example. We remember we said, who are these women that are shaming these men? When men say they don't want a girl that slept around, you say, oh, it's because they want to control them. But that's not true.
Not what I'm saying. But like, there are 40-year-olds who are swiping on 18-year-olds. Yeah. Like, I didn't say how old. I didn't say like aggressive. Like, I mean, like if you're.
Yeah, I'm gonna even, regardless how people feel about this, in a man's mind, it's like, well, it's like she's a blank canvas that hasn't been perverted by like society. You dig what I'm saying? Like her mind hasn't been like pillaged, if you will, and finessed by all this bullshit like from society. And then it's like there is like the savages of men have not, the manosphere has not yet like consumed this woman and just ran through her yet. You dig what I'm saying? And then she's novel. So it's like that dude can put her on. He can, in essence, be a man with a woman who is coming into her femininity or into womanhood, and really actually have a new experience. You know what I'm saying? Something that feels novel and damn near even nostalgic, if you will. And then experiencing femininity, pleasantness, and genuine, beauty, like that's unadulterated, that hasn't been finessed. So that's one of the major things I think also too, inherently, that dudes are thinking about when they're dating down. You dating a girl who's like 30 or 30 something. She done already been to a club. She been to every club. She been in Miami. She probably been on a yacht. She's experienced, you know what I'm saying? Like she done got like dudes sending her cash apps and buying her bags. Like she done goddamn already experienced everything already. You just like, bruh, like what am I showing you for real? you know, and then even that woman, her standard, she doesn't recognize is being elevated as a result of the bulk of experiences she's had by going out and just, you know what I'm saying, indulging in the streets.
Saying, okay, most men, so like men that are on dating apps, let's say they're between like what 25 and 45, or like in their mid 30s, like swiping on 18-year-olds. That girl doesn't have. She has no life experience.
I think
She's a child.
Okay. But the point, that's not the point I'm making. The point is that men are attracted to youth and purity, and the problem is and beauty, right? And like thinner women or curvy, you know, slim, you know, and so the point is there's a million women that are pretty and youthful. There's a new girl turning, doesn't have to be 18, let's give 22 every day.
Okay, I feel more comfortable.
Yeah, we can, there's some studies that have said 21, 22. I'm just giving you one that kind of shows the extreme. And so the point I'm making is there's a lot of women that want the top 1% of men.
Even psychologically speaking, what a dude who has a lot of women around him, his overall attractiveness and his status, from a perceptual standpoint, is perceived to be a lot higher because he has a harem of women around him. So it's like, dang, who is this guy that he's able to get all these hot girls to be around him? He must be interesting. He must be exciting. He must be a dude who's cool to be around. And women really enjoy experience. So if you can leverage experience, if a girl knows, damn, being with this dude, I might end up experiencing something I ain't experienced before, 9 times out of 10, regardless of whether the harem of women you got around you actually validates that. So it works in your favor. You know, it doesn't work in your favor. It doesn't work in the favor of a woman who has like a whole rack of like niggas around her. It's just like, that's a complete turnoff. In our mind, we thinking either all of these dudes are smashing, or you're a sister to all of these dudes, and it's like, damn, you got that many brothers, I still ain't fucking with it.
And like that's why most women are going to be single and childless, is because we all want the same guys. We want a guy that makes money. We also want to be attracted to him. We also don't want him to cheat on us. And it's
I understand that, but I think another part of that is just like women are which I mean,
that point she's making is real. In part, I think women should have high standards, especially if you come from trauma and you've experienced a lot of that. You shouldn't want a dysfunctional, fucked up, downbeat, down bad, lacking in motivation and drive and vision type of nigga. You feel what I'm saying? It's never good for you. But unfortunately, women don't know how to select men. So it's like, and then there's a disconnect, and there's a disingenuousness between what they say they want and what they choose. So at the end of the day, there's natural selection happening that's overriding all of the crap that they saying. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like, now here's the thing. Every female's high standards that are high are unrealistic. It's like, you can get you an average dude who's making $75,000. That's not even really average. That's still above average in America, but still like 50,000. And then if you're a woman who's not just looking to be taken care of, but you know what I'm saying, because it's like if the standard is rooted in reality to that which that reflects what your life can actually be, that's attainable, then it's like you're dealing with, it's like having realistic goals. Like, I'm not going to go to the gym, and especially if I have a particular kind of body type, if I'm an ectomorph, mesomorph, or endomorph, if I'm an ecto, I'm not going to be trying to compare myself. My standards aren't going to be to look like someone who's like built like a meso. It don't make sense. It's like it's a false comparison, and it'll actually increase my discomfort, my pain, and frustration. So it's the same thing. Like, a female has standards of a girl who has the clout or the social market, the sexual market value. She has the capacity of being able to get like a 5, 10 million, 15 million dude, and it's like she's around those kind of dudes. You know what I'm saying? It's like, let's be realistic. How many millionaires have you been around as a female? You dig what I'm saying? Then it's like, are you the type of female they want? So, and if not, if your experience is already showing you that, female love to talk from their experience. They love to be anecdotal. So it's like, let your experience teach you for real. That don't mean that you're not valuable and you're not this, that, and the third, but your standards need to be regulated recalibrated, if you will, to like where you actually at. You know what I'm saying? And then you build and you scale from there if that's what you're trying to do. You know, so for most women, it's like you're trying to find a dude making 5-10 million. In America, that's like a fraction of a percent in America. You dig what I'm saying? It's like probably better that you reduce your standards and find you someone who's still going to treat you well, who's making less, and y'all build together. But nah, you feel what I'm saying? Women don't want that. They want the experience. They want the experiences of women who are living these lavish lifestyles. And women are hella comparative, and competing with each other in a completely different way than the way men compete, which is usually in competence, excellence, and within sport or within business. You feel what I'm saying? Men don't compete when it comes to beauty and things of that nature, but the competition for women is starkly different.
The other side to that coin is like, why are women's standards so high? It's because we've seen what happens, again, like being children of divorce. Like we've seen how bad it can be when you don't have high standards. Like we've seen, so like, again, I understand, like when we talk about like quality of life.
What about the men?
Well, I mean, again, all these men, I mean, you're also like, that's the thing that's in the back of my mind. You're like, oh, all these women are childless and da-da-da. Well, then also there's a large percentage of men that are also growing. True. So like, who are these women potentially going to marry? Like, there's like not, so I mean, that's also another side to that. And I don't have the statistics or the computer in front of you. I don't, but I remember like having conversation with someone about this actually on a date. And he told me that like men between the ages of like, single men between the ages of like 32 and like 45.
White men and black men commit suicide at a higher rate than women do, heavily because of crying. Men do not cry.
Who are single are like there's a specific demographic of men that are most likely, unfortunately, to like unalive themselves. So whereas women are not like as likely.
You're correct. Like throughout most of history, men have not reproduced. Only 40% of men have reproduced historically. But that's always been the way, where 80% of women have reproduced historically, or 80 to 90%, depends on who you look at. So it's odd now that 50% of women will not reproduce.
Ooh, damn, she hit her with a bop, bop, like that. That's such a hard, that's a bar right there. What she's saying is like, all right, if 80, 90% of women, historically speaking, were reproducing, then that means, and at the time, at least around 50% of men, around half, close to half were reproducing as well. That means there's a bulk of men who aren't even tapping in with women, and that's the delusion, that's the disconnect, because there's like the apex theory or something like that, which basically is like, if a female walks into a club, she goes into a section, she sees a dude with she sees a bunch of dudes, they got a whole rack of hoes in the section, and the dudes in that section are making $2 million a year. She's thinking that that's like the norm, but that's her paradigm. So her paradigm is that. So what ends up happening is that there's a conflation between her paradigm and then the overarching society, when that's like not the case. So everybody thinks like LA is like rodeo, when it's like, nah, there's like hoods. You feel me? Same thing with Miami. It ain't yachts and boats. Like there's you go over the bridge. You feel what I'm saying? So and that's the actual reality. That's the bulk of the society at large. You know what I'm saying? So what she's saying is like, if you had 80, 90% of women that was reproducing, but now it's 50%. So there's 50% of women that are not reproducing at all, or whatever the case is, or but if they're still being sexually active, the ones that are reproducing they're reproducing all with the same niggas. And when you look at like case in point, like a Nick Cannon, like how many women already know that bruh is just out here smashing? He ain't married to not one of them women that he got kids with, but yeah, he just be knocking down every other week. Damn near, bro was having an announcement of a new baby. So women are still producing with this one particular guy, no marriage, no nothing, but they're all in essence sharing this one dude. Again, hypergamy at work. The girls don't care. They're like, at the end of the day, bruh got status, bruh got money, bruh got access to lifestyle and experience. I'm with all of that. and he's reputable. And I know my kid is going to be taken care of in a way that it would be starkly different if I went and I found me a $30,000, $50,000 dude. So even if that means that I got to be single, cool. You know what I mean? At least, you know, my son or my daughter will be able to see their father part-time. So at the end of the day, girls don't care. They're still going to deal with a guy like that. Leonardo DiCaprio, same thing. You feel me? So it's like, let's just keep it 1,000 here at the end of the day. These are even, matter of fact, the folk we talk about when we get online. We're not even talking about the Joe Schmo buddy we don't even know him. You don't even go here.
And now, and you said, what will that mean for relationships moving forward? As women raise their standards, it just means we're sharing guys. How do relationships? No, think about it. I mean, you've probably been a side chick at some point.
Fact.
No, and I know this is crazy, but I'm gonna explain it. Okay, how do relationships start? Sex or a relationship? What usually comes first?
Sex.
Nah. Yo, man, Pearl, you cooking, bro. Get me on the show, bro. She cooking right now. She's cooking. It's like any dude you ever smash with. Y'all have a relationship first? Did you do the whole think like a man and 90-day him first before you got the box? Or did the box come first and then you ended up getting into a relationship?
What?
In 2022. What comes first?
Relationship for me.
Okay, so every person you've ever slept with, the relationship came first.
Define relationship. Like we got to
so usually
like situationship or like this is my boyfriend.
A boyfriend girlfriend.
I would say it's like 50-50.
Okay, so in the situationships, typically that's a man you find attractive, right?
Yeah.
So that means other women find him attractive. So you're probably not the only one he's sleeping with. So you kind of start as a side chick, and if you do good, you might get promoted to girlfriend.
Is that how you think?
That's how it happens.
Because the number one way people are meeting
girlfriend.
Yeah, in a way, yeah. Because the number one way people are meeting nowadays are dating apps online, and again, women only swipe right 5% of the time. What does that mean? We're sharing. If you're on a date with a guy.
I mean, but like the inverse is also true. Like women are also being courted by multiple men at the same time. So again, like I'm struggling to.
That's true, but of what percentage? So it's like 80% of women want 20% of men. It's actually 100%, but 80% of women share 20% of men.
I don't like this word share.
No, I don't. You don't like it, but it's true.
Yeah.
There's literally nothing wrong with wanting what you want. Women are still not getting it. It's that know that there's what comes with what you want. You feel me? Like if I want to be a rapper, there ain't nothing wrong with me wanting to be a rapper. Go pursue it. Do it. Just know that what comes with that, like what comes with being a rapper, is that the probability that somebody's going to clap you in the club or try to snatch your chain is a lot higher than if you was working at Walmart. Now, that don't mean don't pursue it. It just means know what comes with what it is you want for real. And it's like, folk acting like that don't make no sense. You want a top of the line 1% dude, know that the probability that he's going to finesse other chicks, you know, as Kevin Samuels would say, exercise options, he gonna do that because the amount of women that are pining, waiting in line to be with this man is ridiculous. And the amount of men that are waiting in line to be with you, probably, sweetheart, you know, it's probably not, it's not probably not like that. Unless you're a Lori Harvey type, you know, you're on that type of tier where you're able to display as a result of your dating history that you're pulling top of the line dudes. So you should always keep going. Like, that's not even where we're talking about. We're talking about what comes with wanting a top of the top 1%.
You had a question, Green?
So yeah, I was going back to what you were saying before. Like, what standard is it you expect or you're insinuating that women should have then? Like, because I don't think it's wrong.
You have to settle.
Yeah, but I don't think it's wrong to say I don't want a man who cheats. I want a man who earns a certain amount of money that's, you know, realistic to whatever standard that woman is at. and obviously just a good. I just don't see what is wrong with that expectation.
Okay, so I don't think it's wrong to want a man that doesn't cheat. I was raised by a dad that never cheated. He had 10 kids. He was a multi-millionaire. He had a lot of he was
9 siblings.
Yeah, I have 9 siblings. Yeah.
I have 5.
Hey, it's nice. Right? I mean, I like having a big. Yeah.
What number are you?
4.
Oh, you're number
4. But they adopted. It's a long story. They adopted some like later, but it's okay. But I don't think it's wrong to want that. But the problem is, if you're going to go for a guy, if you want him to be handsome, not just like handsome,
attractive,
right? But remember, women. So. Women rate 80%, and it's okay. You guys have never heard this stuff before. I don't expect you to know it, but women rate 80% of men as unattractive. Not okay,
but like, how many times have you heard a girlfriend like, "Oh, but he's cute to me"? Like, to you, how many times have you heard women like we?
That's like 1 or 2 dudes probably, or 1.5 dudes out of like the 50 men, within the month that you've probably dealt with. Like, stop the cap. Like, come on now, bro. Oh my God.
It's unattractive. So top 20% of men, 10% women might be like, oh, he's hot.
Like, real quick. Matter of fact, all women want their dudes to be over 6 feet. Like, damn, if you're 6 foot now, that you know what I'm saying, you probably still not getting chose for real. You gotta be like Goliath in height. What is y'all talking about?
Women lower our standards for men so much more likely to do that.
Right, but so no. But remember, women rate 80% of men as unattractive. So top 20% of men, 10% women might be like, oh, he's hot. The next 10%, oh, he's okay.
Women aren't
girls will say
the most attractive guy.
Yeah,
that's what I'm.
Okay, which is fine. You're less likely to get cheated on if you date a less attractive guy.
That's not true.
No, okay, guys, but this is like, guys. Again, you don't think a good guy with character would have a hard time saying no to a model?
Okay, so listen, right? Sometimes when you date an unattractive guy, the second that somebody else starts giving him attention, he's like, oh, 2 people are giving me attention at the same time? Oh, I've never experienced...
He's not unattractive. Two girls are giving him attention?
I've given attention
to his sexual, his sexual rating goes higher depending on the woman that he has on his arm.
That's interesting. True.
So he could be a 2. But he's with an 8, he's immediately a 6.
Okay, but usually when girls say this, they're not ugly guys. Like, if you could show me him, and I won't show it on screen, but if you show me the picture, usually, because I've done this on the show, it's always guys that I would rank a 6 or a 7. And typically, like, girls will say, oh, I'm dating medium ugly. It's not medium ugly, that's just your level, respectfully. Like,
Can we talk about women without the immediate knee-jerk reaction to be like, well, like, men want, like, but men as well, like, damn, shawty, like, you can't even hear what's being said about you because you're just so used to being validated with everything that you say, to the point where, like, you genuinely feel yourself to be like an expertise in what it is that you're talking about. You dig what I'm saying? Like, just pipe down. We know men be doing shit too, but we talking about you right now. Respectfully.
And I've been there, but it's just honest, and so it's like women want everything, and even like
men
again
also want everything.
That's so again, men swipe right 50%. When men swipe right, like the data just doesn't indicate that, because men find about half of women attractive. Like, it's actually crazy when I started talking to men. There'd be a girl that I think is like kind of chunky or like unattractive, and I'm like, would you smash? And they're like, hell yeah! And
finding whether or not someone would like sleep with someone does not mean that like he'll like go take her out on dates. Does not mean he'll take her home. Does not mean
which is fine. But remember, it in 2022 it starts with situationships typically. So
yeah, can I just say something real quick? It's just like I said before. I'm pretty sure I mentioned it. Like, mandem have 2 separate categories. You feel me? One is for fun, and the other is for wifey.
I'm gonna play this whole video because I do want y'all to go and watch it. And I don't want this video to be too long. I want y'all to go and watch her full video. But it's like, there's a difference between, from a male perspective, but there's a difference between like what a dude will hit and what he'll cuff. If we're talking about the percentage of what we would hit, it's damn near up there, 95, 99, like, you know what I'm saying? There's like really only 5 to 10% of shawties out there we really wouldn't hit for real. under any kind of circumstance, you dig? But that don't equate to like I'm finna cuff, like I'm finna make you my girl. You dig? So it's like the percentage of what we would wife, on the other hand, is like, woo, like that, a sliding scale right there. You hear me? So, you know, I'm gonna leave it there though, man. But y'all go watch the full video on her channel. You know, the link will be in the description. But you know, it's your boy J Soul, and you know, we out. You know what I'm saying? Peace, love, and purpose. You feel me? We ain't doing happiness around here because happiness is fleeting. Till next time, y'all stay dangerous.